Hello, hello, Kim Corallo, Shut the Front Door Too. We're a wreath door hanger vintage gift store out of Lexington, Kentucky. Today, we have a haul video for you that is large. And let's just go ahead and get started right out of the gate because this video may be our largest haul video that we have done yet. And as far as YouTube goes, that is pretty much all we do here. So let me show you the soup tureen first. Blue and white is something that is classic. This is likely to be a booth piece just because of its size and heaviness, but I loved the pedestal, I loved the handles, and I loved that it also had its ladle. So that that's sometimes hard to find. They are oftentimes missing that piece because I'm sure through the years they just get broken. Let me go ahead and tell you that if you see something that you love and you do not see it on our Etsy store, reach out to us. If it is shippable, we will get it listed to you and get it to you straight away. Ironstone is always a winner, and this cute little dish is probably a sugar dish. It is lidded. I didn't leave it, even though I couldn't find the creamer, and I'm gonna say that the reason why I was drawn to it are these little handles, and I think that it would just make a cute display in a kitchen, a dining room, but even on just a bookshelf. But it would also make, I think, a super sweet little planter. So I kind of thought, you know what, it probably needs its mate, but I couldn't find it and I didn't want to leave it. Pottery is always good, guys. I haven't done research. This is signed yen, the year of 78. It's very well done. This does not look like something that was, just studio pottery, but I'm not sure about that. It is very, very pretty, and I was happy to find it because pottery right now is really something that is popular in our area, so people are really enjoying it. Side tables are always a win. Marble tops are always a win. This beauty cannot be shipped, guys. It is so heavy, but I did want to show you because I'm also always telling you guys that, with our wreath and door hanger business, we are usually decorating our entire homes, my sister and I, but we know that in reality that can be overwhelming and sometimes hard to do. So we oftentimes tell you just pick a side table and then just do that. Pop a little pumpkin on there for fall and Halloween, maybe a little Santa figure for Christmas. Through the year, a little owl slide glass fairy light, right? I found this beauty in the wild, guys. This wasn't in an antique store. I was absolutely thrilled to find this, and this is by far my favorite piece, and very, very excited. Maybe hard to let it go, but I don't collect slide glass, and I don't collect owls, and I don't collect fairy lights, so I'll probably let it go. I have picked up uranium glass lots, and I've actually picked up a pitcher and glass set before, but I don't know if it was this exact same style. But I do really love this, and I was thrilled to find this. I think I have 4 glasses. I could have 6, but I know I at least have 4, and it glows like the dickens, you guys. It is really, really pretty. And I thought, with the holidays coming up, people are buying gifts, so if you know someone that collects uranium glass, that's a great gift, but also the green color would be something maybe someone would use through the fall and Christmas season. I'm not sure how old this is. I'm calling it a vase. It maybe would have had a lid. I'm not exactly sure, but I liked the color of it, and I liked the size of it, and I picked it up. I just thought, I think somebody else will like this, and I think with some stems of flowers, it could look really pretty. I'm kind of trying not to lose my place here, so Let's start this side. Brass was a big win for us this time. Picked up this little pot. Obviously, I don't leave these very often, especially when they have feet. This one needs a glow up desperately bad, but the size of this was super cute, and I thought it was definitely something we should pick up. Love the wind chime, and I thought the sound of this one was super sweet. This is all solid brass. I'm not exactly sure if the symbol has any significance or not, but I thought it was kind of cool. Ma Hadley is a Kentucky company that I'm gonna say is out of business, and I'm not 100% sure of that. I am not a big Ma Hadley fan, and I love pottery. However, people in my area love it, so I pass it up very rarely. I have had this Christmas tree before. This is the second time I have found one. I like this personally, and I like it because it is all blue and white. It mixes very well in with any of that chinoiserie style, and so I didn't leave that, and will never probably leave any of the animals or the figures of Ma Hadley, but I will sometimes leave the plates and some of those things on the shelf. Primitive type of items are, I'm kind of drawn to them when they're boxes. I'm actually kind of drawn to them no matter what. But this is just a hand-painted solid wood box, distressed. And I love boxes anyway for storage, but I also love boxes for risers, for shelving units, and I'm not afraid to mix patterns or even design styles, you know, primitive and then this glass owl. To me, I would definitely set this on my shelf. It is not, you know, two totally different styles, I think is what I'm trying to get at, and it wasn't coming out. Let's see here. Let's stick with the boxes since we're kind of doing primitive. I found a whole set of these handmade oval wooden boxes. The tops of them did have a little bit of damage. It looks like there's a stain mark. That type of thing didn't bother me simply because I feel like with a primitive style like that, that is almost to be expected. Sometimes when people are distressing things, they do that type of thing on purpose. So I felt like that was an okay thing to pick up, even with that little bit of damage. I try to leave damaged items on the shelf, and you'll hear me say that I personally don't want damaged items, but and some people it doesn't bother them, but when you are a reseller and you are buying things to pass along to someone else, it really does change the value of it. But it's also, if they don't catch it in the description or they don't see it in the store, even if you put as is on the tag, it can be really disappointing. And that has happened to me before. And so I try to leave it. I try to leave it on the shelf. Art is always a win. I'm pretty sure this is a Paul Sawyer. This is not damaged. I don't really know. That wasn't a price sticker. I haven't gotten it off. But the size of this, the colorway of this, and that gold frame, I just felt like I couldn't leave it, even though it was a print. It has a little sheep in there. I just thought this was a good pickup and a win all the way. Let me show you this piece. An original oil painting with this gold gilded frame. This to me is just divine. I love oil paintings. I just think the talent that it takes for someone to do this. And then this special little touch here of that black velvet mat, I guess that's a mat, or part of the frame, I guess. I just loved it, and I wasn't gonna leave this behind. I don't typically leave oils behind unless they're too big. Big pieces of art are things that you really do have to put some thought process in, because people have to have special places. That will go in a gallery wall. It would go in a wall by itself. You could put that on a shelving, a side table. So when the possibilities of use are large, then I usually don't leave them behind. Crocks are always fun. I loved this one. It's probably for utensils, but I could see a plant being in there too, and especially even though it doesn't have drainage holes, I think with the size of this, it would be hard to overwater. I know that a lot of people only like planters and things to have the drain holes so they don't overwater it, but when something is larger like this, I mean, you'd have to put a bunch of water in there to overwater it, I think. I don't know. Brass is, I mean, I don't know if I will ever get tired of brass. I love copper and metal and sterling and just silver plate, and I mix all those color or metals together, but it is still so sought after in our area. So I was really thrilled to come across some more swans. Guys, these are big. They are really big. I will of course take the little decorative bow off and I'll clean them up. They don't need to be really shined up, I don't think, but they're pretty dusty. And those paper mache eggs that are in there, you know, I'll take those out. But I was super thrilled to find a set of these, because sometimes you can find them and it's just one. And really, that's not a bad pickup. But when I found the set, it was like, it was sort of like the vintage lottery. I felt like I had won the lottery. Actually, I won the lottery with this little dude. But anyway, not everybody will like the glass, and not everybody will like the owl. So that's why I like eclectic, and that is why I have a hard time sticking with just one style. Now, I will say I do try to get things that people can mix in and get multiple uses out of. Portugal pottery is a win for me. This is not cabbageware, but it is the geranium leaf, and I absolutely love it. I think I found a set of 6. There may be 8. These are salad plates, and I'm going to tell you a little thing that I did or learned a long time ago. I love dishes, and that was the only thing that I would say I ever really collected outside of just Christmas decor in general. However, I loved it so much, and I mean, when I say dishes, I mean plates and cups and glasses and the whole kit and caboodle. But you have to have a lot of storage. So what I started to do is I got a good set of white dinner plates, and I mix in salad plates, and then I will use that as my decor. And then I do the same thing with art. If I'm gonna keep something, which I'm not keeping these, but if I were gonna keep these, I would get rid of another set of salad plates. And I do that with art as well, because I love it. And sometimes I do want to hang on to it. So sometimes I'll keep it, and then I get rid of another piece. But anyway, that's just a little tip of what I do. Maybe it would help someone else if you're a collector of things and you like dishes, and if you do, it becomes a problem to find storage. Let me show you this little carved food dog on a stand. His little stand does have a little bit of damage there, but you know what? I just told you I try not to pick up damaged things, but honestly, he doesn't even need his stand. He would be just fine on his own. He is carved marble, and I just think he's awesome. I probably will keep him with the stand just because I think he's kind of pretty and cute like that. But food dogs are also something that I don't see a whole lot, but when I find them, I usually do tend to pick them up. Brass elephant, because you can never have too many brass items. Vintage jewelry is something that's kind of new for me. I don't pick up a ton of it, but I have picked up some pieces, and I just have to share with you these enamel bracelets that I picked up. I picked up quite a bit of jewelry, and these are the only 2 pieces that I picked up to show you, but I picked up quite a bit, and actually it was because it was sold in a lot and I had to get the entire lot. What I actually went for, what I wanted out of that lot, it's not always just about value, but out of all of it, it has the least value. So, you know, don't sleep on jewelry lots, I guess, if you see them. I don't know. It's kind of a new thing for me. So I'm learning as I go. Brass candlesticks. I love these chamber candlesticks, and I just cannot get enough of the unusual candlesticks. I don't usually pass them up, even if they're just, you know, candlesticks, just in general. But when they're unique and unusual, they usually come home with me. Vintage Christmas is something that I just like. This is some kind of, I'll say it's a cast metal. I'm not exactly sure. These little holly leaves are metal. It's got the little bow here and some, a big glob of candle wax down here. It's a candle holder. But I just thought he was kind of cool. I don't know. Vintage Christmas is not something that I find a lot of. I don't pass it up if it is something that fits the budget. So I will say that. More pottery. This is just a little blue and white bud vase, but I liked the color on it. Kind of look at our time. We're about 16 minutes in. Another brass animal. This is a swan, and he needs to be glowed up as well. But again, brass animals, brass anything, people are really liking it still. I do too. I loved this. This might be my favorite brass piece. I loved the pedestal of it. I loved the size of it. I loved the shape of it, and the handles. It's just got such a sexy kind of vibe to it. And I think you can do anything you want with vessels like this. This to me is pretty on its own. You can fill it up with pumpkins for the fall, Christmas ornaments at Christmas time. Italian pottery. This is probably staying with me. It's a planter. It's green pottery, which you don't find a whole lot of. I loved the style, the shape. I loved the handles. And with it being Italian pottery, it's just something that I'm drawn to. It doesn't have to be Potosi pottery, although, you know, of course, I love that as well. I have started to pick up a couple of, you wouldn't call these textiles. What would you call these? They're placemats. I have started to pick up a few things like napkins and placemats, more for some color for the booth and some texture for the booth, but I am learning that people really do like them. So these were kind of fun. The colors are, you know, definitely gives that fall vibe. So definitely maybe, you know, a tablescape for Thanksgiving. But I found some of these, and they were at a price that I felt like I could take a chance on. And also I try to keep in mind that, you know, colors also, but with Thanksgiving, I didn't feel like those colors could be year-round. So if it could be year-round where you could use it all the time, it's kind of a no-brainer. But Thanksgiving is a popular time for people to do their tablescapes, so it didn't scare me away. Another piece of brass, another planter. I don't genuinely pass them up. Look at this beauty. This is a leather wrapped horse. I live in the state of Kentucky. Kind of a no-brainer. I have only ever picked up one leather animal. That was a hippo, and that was like maybe last week or 2 weeks ago. I can't remember. But this one, he has his ears, he has his eyes. He's not damaged in any way. He is missing. So this side, he has a little stirrup. This side, he is missing that little piece. But I didn't think that was a deal breaker, given the fact of where I live and knowing that equestrian type decor is something that people really love around here. I loved her, and I definitely think that she is Italian. I'm not exactly sure what she is. She has a little hook on the back. She's definitely old. And I would almost venture to say that she's a Christmas ornament, but I'm not sure. I will do some research on her, but I couldn't leave her. And I've kind of got that Christmas ornament on my brain, the pickup for Christmas ornaments right now, but I did really, really like her. Gold frames, picture frames. I am picking these up for a project, and I'm not ready to share the project yet, but as soon as I do, you'll know. But they also are good sellers for booth people. So if you're a booth owner, maybe give some a try if you haven't already in your area. People like them. People also really like lucite change decor. These are vintage. This is a pen holder. I have had paperweights before. This is the first pen holder I've picked up, but people also really like desk sets. And I think about it, and I think, a lot of people are working from home. So maybe they want to have like decorative pieces for their desk, but also useful. I think also that it is just kind of cool, and with that lucite and the change in there, and maybe I was trying to see if I could see the date on the coins to see when it was made. They're not all the same date. So I will tell you this, it has to at least be as old as 1979, because the penny, one of the pennies is a 1979 date. More brass. I got really lucky. I've had something similar, I think, before too, with a parrot. Again, when I say I've had stuff that that is similar, I don't remember if it was exactly the same, but I do remember having a bird, and I also remember having a set of these. I have a set of these dancers, but I think the ones I had before were silver toned, and I'm not exactly sure. These are metal, but and they may be cast. I'm not sure. They are gold toned, but I don't know if they're brass. I'll have to do a little bit of research on that. And honestly, so that's all three of those there. Oh, I still have quite a few things to show you. I just liked it. It's a nesting basket. I don't know if there's absolutely any purpose for it, but I did think it was really cute. And you can tell that I was in the mood to take some chances on some things, because some of the stuff, some of the stuff was like no-brainers. Like I picked it up lots, and I know that people like it, but I don't know about this. I just thought it was cute. They're handmade and they're nesting, and I just didn't feel like I could really go that wrong. An oval, not an oval, it's round, a round brass tray, which again is something that I do not pass up. Brass trays do very well, but also when they have, like a lip on them, in this case, this bamboo decorative edge, it is even more of a win. People really do kind of like that. And let's see, 4 more things. I keep adding. A perfume. I like perfumes. I don't know if this is super old. It does have the atomizer, but it is cool, and people like these to decorate their bathrooms with, and I'm sure some people probably use them. Just a hand-painted little pop-in. This can be something that doesn't have a very expensive price tag, so somebody could pick it up without having to think a whole lot, and it would be super cute in the kitchen, especially a farmhouse style kitchen. Plus it's, you know, it's hand-painted. Equestrian stuff is always a win. This equestrian pillow, I just couldn't leave it. It has the leather back, and I was super excited to find this. This will definitely probably go in the booth, and honestly, I picked this up too, and I don't even know what it is. It's a tapestry. Of course, it's a horse, but I don't know what you would have used it for. Maybe, you know, maybe you would take it and have it framed. I don't know, but I just thought it was cool. And I thought those colors, those rich jewel tone colors, I thought would be really, really cool for fall. And maybe, even though it has sort of that raw edge, I thought maybe even just use it, you know, as a table cover maybe. I mean, it's not going to cover your whole table, but I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't want to leave him behind, so I picked him up too. Guys, that's all we have for you today. I appreciate so much you coming back and watching these videos. Go have a great day, and we will talk to you really soon.